Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with the camera in the living room, looking at some of our things that we've acquired over the years. My name is Charlie Brown, and in this room is a fairly representative collection of a lot of things that's taken a lifetime to collect. We've been collecting since 1973, when Prissy and I were first married. She bought me a container called an Enola tin at an antique show in Louisville, and that was the first piece of advertising we ever bought. I started with the company in 1968, and at that time I really didn't collect a lot. I collected beer signs early on because I liked beer advertising, and when I met Prissy in '72, her mom and dad had antiques, so collecting antiques was kind of in her ballpark. She liked that, so she collected and I collected. And after we were married in '73, and she purchased our first container, which was an Enola tin, a small little metal container that contained sugar wafers. The Enola tin was it wasn't real fancy. It was it had soldered seams on it, and it was the first piece we ever got. And there's the Enola tin. It's real thin, had sugar wafers in it. After this, we really got started on collecting National Biscuit Company containers, advertising pieces. And early on at the beginning, it was hard to find anything National Biscuit Company, because as a rule there was not much information on what was out there in National Biscuit Company. There were things out there, we just didn't know what. So it was kind of a fly-by-night situation somewhat. We were going to shows, we were going to antique sales, we were going to estate sales, we were going to auctions, we were trying to find anything marked National Biscuit Company. And it was very, very difficult to find these pieces in the early 1970s. And the second thing that caused the problem was we didn't know what was out there in the way of National Biscuit Company. We didn't know they put all these things out, these beautiful pieces at the turn of the century to help their customers in the early 1900s decide on buying You Need a Biscuit. And everything that was put out was themed with You Need a Biscuit. Just like that piece right there, no use talking, you need a biscuit. They had the department signs they put out over the years, and a lot of these things were put out at different times, and they had the different seals on them. Whether Inner Seal was the first one, then they went to NBC, then they went NBC Unita, and finally they went Nabisco, or Nabisco in 1948. Looking right here at the far place is a piece that's absolutely beautiful. It's a Santa truck wagon poster from 1924. That piece has gold dust blown on it. It's one of a kind. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was never put on a wagon. It came out of the print shop, and Wayne Guest had this piece, and I bought this from Wayne years ago. We paid $400 for that when Wayne sold it to us years ago. All around the room you see some other pieces, oysterettes with the little shucker boy on it. NBC special Easter cakes. NBC was our items. You come on down, there's Ritz crackers, 1934. You come on over here, Emblem of Purity. There's a beautiful, beautiful candy piece that later went into the company, and that was from Sumner Richardson's, and that's the Emblem of Purity. That's a self-framing sign with that little girl looks like an angel with the doves, and the mat is cut out with the name Emblem of Purity and Sumner Richardson chocolates in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. You come on around, there's some of our cracker cases. All these are different. These were the early, before Nabisco, ways to do business. The boxes were sent from the factory in crates. The cookies and crackers were. When they went into the store, the top was taken off, and the glass fronts, which are oak, it either bend in the middle to open it, or the doors slide in it. They were put over the boxes with the little screw type tabs, and they, like these right here, there's a little tab there, it's marked National Biscuit Company. They went on there, and you could open the door on this piece like so, and you could serve yourself out of there. So these were the early ways to buy biscuit and cookies in the early general stores. This one here is marked New York Biscuit Company, late 1890s, and it has a sliding door, glass door on it, which is very, very unusual. You don't see that. So early on, it was hard to find anything National Biscuit Company. I mean, if you found it, you were really lucky. Anything we found, we tried to go ahead and buy, and so it grew kind of slowly at that time. These two on the wall I'm showing you right here, this National Biscuit Company graham crackers make children sturdy with the kids with the snowball, and the one below it, the biting weather, you need a biscuit, National Biscuit Company. Both are absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. Golden Glory wrapped bread. We had breads early on. That one up there is Golden Glory. It's $18.99. It's tin. It's a metal sign, which is really unusual. So that's an unusual piece. You go on up here on beside it, you see a trolley card. Mother forgot to order. You need a biscuit, butter thin biscuit. Mother forgot to order butter thin biscuit. National Biscuit Company. So all these things all went into the early part of National Biscuit Company. These signs have been acquired over the years, and all of them are absolutely beautiful.